alaikum. Good morning, everyone. It is a great pleasure to welcome you all to the official launch of our Tabaski Wanterr Trade Fair. Today marks an important milestone for us, and I'd like to thank our team members, board representatives, and the media for being here to witness this statement. To start off our program, I'd like to invite our Chief Executive Officer, Fatima Mulusi, to give the welcoming remarks. Thank you.
Good morning. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to the launching of the Wanterr Trade Fair. This is a special welcome remarks and I welcome our esteemed guests and our board members and the media whose presence here today is invaluable. The media plays a crucial role in amplifying initiatives like this, and we truly appreciate your support in sharing the vision and purpose of this trade fair with the wide public. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to engaging sessions as we unveil what's ahead of the Winter Trade Fair. So, this is just a brief welcome, and the statements will be delivered by our board members. Thank you.
Now I invite our board chairwoman, Nene Guloba, to deliver a statement.
It is a great honor and excitement that I welcome all of you to the launch of the 2025 Tobaski Wanterr Fair. This is an event that stands as a beacon of innovation, convenience, and national development. This year, the Gambia Youth Chamber of Commerce is taking full ownership of this impactful initiative, steering it single handedly. But we are still going to collaborate with the market union, with grassroots vendors, entrepreneurs, and local producers. This fair is just not an event, it is a solution, a strategy, and a celebration of Gambian enterprise. As the Tobaski approaches, we all know the hustle, the traffic jams, the market chaos, and the struggle of last minute shopping, especially within the combos. This is exactly why the Wanted Trade Fair exists. It is our bold response to these sensational challenges. We are complementing government efforts by creating a secured, organized, and accessible marketplace where families can shop with ease, vendors can sell with pride, and made in Gambia products can shine. This fair is about access to high demand goods, access to opportunities, and access to each other. It is, it is about supporting the hardworking women in agriculture, the young designers, the local food vendors, and all those foiling the engine of our economy. At the Gambia Youth Chamber of Commerce, we believe that youth and women are not just participants in development, they are drivers. And today, we showcase this belief in action. By organizing this fair, we are not only promoting economic growth, we are building confidence in local production, boosting entrepreneurship, and reminding the world that the Gambia is rich not only in culture and tradition, but in talent, creativity, and enterprise. To our vendors, this is the time to shine. To our shoppers, this is the space to discover, connect, and celebrate Tobaski in comfort. And to the nation, this is a proof that youth-led initiatives can and do contribute meaningfully to national development. Together, let's make the Tobaski Wanter 2025 a symbol of innovation, resilience, and unity. Let us support local. Let us build the Gambia we want, one store, one product, one customer at a time. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Now I'd like to invite our board president, Modulamin Gassama, for the official launching of this program.
um, our wonderful moderator, Awaba, for this very um, well-maintained session. I also want to express special gratitude to all members of the press that are here to grace this very important launching. Also, the members of UICC, the members of the board of directors, the members of the General Assembly, the members of our National Council, and also all our respective sector committees that we have in agribusiness, in tourism, in services, our regional coordination committees that are headed by the regional representatives that are doing quite a very good job. Some of them are here with us also. I want to acknowledge their presence. I also want to acknowledge the very good work that has been exhibited and demonstrated by the members of the organizing committee who have been working tirelessly in ensuring that they develop a very good strategy and a very good implementation process for this year's National Tobaski Wantier Trade Fair. As you may know, the Tobaski One-Tier Trade Fair was pioneered last year, and a pilot of it was implemented, which was quite successful. We have quite a very good number of vendors that came to participate, and this space was created for a couple of reasons, which I will dilate upon. The first is to improve on the access to markets because we realize that a significant proportion of the economic active players are the MSMEs. These are the micro, small, and medium enterprises. They also contribute the chunk of our employment population, and they also a very, very big contributors to our tax economy. So their continuous empowerment and support is very much crucial towards the overall development process of the trade sector and all aligned ecosystems. And for that being the case, it is very much prudent that as a Chamber of Commerce, we invest in these MSMEs in trying to create more opportunities for them, more spaces for them, and more market platforms where they could build on networking opportunities, where they can build on the brands of their products, and where also they can increase the visibility of the products and services that they engage with. But in fact, to add on, this also will provide an opportunity for these MSMEs to participate in trade fairs. As we may know, traditionally trade fairs are mainly favorable for those within the medium and large size enterprises. We want to shift these narratives by ensuring that we create an opportunity for those that are also within the micro and small category business sizes for them to be able to participate meaningfully in trade fair events. And that is what inspired the chamber in coming up with this initiative so that we can create these opportunities for these business sectors, but also encouraging them also to participate in these kind of activities. And in a nutshell, we believe that this will strengthen their inclusivity and also their participation in the relevant and productive sectors of our economy. The Gambia is a small country with sizable GDP and and also a sizable market. Therefore, it is very much relevant and very much crucial that we inculcate dynamic strategies, adaptive strategies, but also sustainable strategies that will ensure that every player in the sector, be irrespective of whatever business value chain that you find yourself or whatever business circumstance you find yourself, at least you will have the platform to be able to exhibit your products and services. Every business entity, every person that is involved in an enterprising activity have a strength that the rest of the population can benefit from and also have a significant substance or a relevant services which the person or entity can share. And we believe trade fairs is going to create that opportunity where this sharing could come to light. As part of the interventions also is to strengthen partnership and cooperation with also those market players that are within the informal sector, but also those that are within the business value chains that are less supported or provided with less opportunities in terms of our entrepreneurship ecosystem projects, initiatives, and programs. Yeah, you may know business is a very diverse sector. There are hundreds of different types of businesses that individuals are involved in, and it is quite relevant that irrespective of whatever business that you are found, at least there is a right opportunity for you. We are also trying to see how best we can maintain this initiative in making it a long-lasting initiative and a sustainable one. Starting an initiative is one big thing, but maintaining the initiative is even much more impactful and much more important. And as a youth chamber of commerce, we believe that with the continuous support, collaboration of our partners, those in the development sector, and all the respective MDAs, NGOs, private sector, the academia, the stakeholders within the press, and also the members, we will be able to amplify our impact, and we will be able to also add value to the existing state policies that we have in the country, policies that are aligned to trade, youth, agriculture, tourism. These are just priorities, but just to name a few, in trying to see how best we can continuously add value to the realization of these national objectives towards the full actualization of the recovery focused national development plan, dubbed the Yiriwa. And as the name implies, Yiriwa can only take place through the inclusive participation with the slogan of leaving no one behind. And because of the leaving no one behind, that is why this time around, the Tobaski trade fairs are done quite reasonable. The stall prices are just $5,500. That to the chamber is for a non-profit activity because all the revenue generated is plowed back into the trade fair. You know, usual trade fairs, the charge fees are quite much more higher than this amount, but because we want to provide opportunity for those that cannot provide participate in the main trade fairs to be able to participate in this one. And that being the case, we have made the fees quite reasonable for those that may not have the opportunity. At least through this process, they will be able to participate meaningfully. We are also aligning our objectives to the ECOWAS Vision 2030 and also the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, which some of us may already be aware of. Since the establishment of this agreement, the Ministry of Trade and partners have been doing quite a lot of work in trying to build and raise awareness of those within the entrepreneurship ecosystem and generally members of the public. And it is quite important that as a country that is within these multilateral trade agreements, that we try to utilize opportunities that are under these MTAs, but also through the Senegambia corridor to build on opportunities that are within the Senegambia bilateral trade agreements. Um, we could recall that some few moments ago, the Senegambia Investment Trade and Economic Investment Forum was held in the Gambia, and there were a lot of prospects also that emerged from these forums, and we are trying to see how best we can synergize these prospects into such a platform. So by doing so, we believe that the National Tobaski One-Tail Trade Fair will go a long way in supporting the micro, small, and medium enterprises, will go a long way in empowering young people in business, will go a long way in empowering those within the informal sector, a long way in empowering our youth, our women, our children, everyone that is interested to venture into self-help initiatives, to venture into skills related activities, to venture into enterprising activities, because we believe this is the best and the most effective way of building our economy. We have very limited employer entities in the Gambia, and their capacities are not enough to cope the growing youth unemployment. We all know that from the statistical revelations that we have having in the past, there is still a significant proportion of youth unemployment. And the best way through which we can do this is by continuing to invest in our youth, continue to invest in trade opportunities, so that we can encourage more emerging enterprises to take bold and giant steps through which they could excel in their respective environments by adding value to society, by creating more job opportunities, creating more economic opportunities. And we believe trade fairs are one of those business development services which we can offer to our members and to our non-members that are within this country, so that we can all accelerate the respective sustainable development goals together and for a long-lasting solution. For that being the case, I want to finally express special gratitude to all our partners that have always been with us from the start. The chamber has been growing quite well, and we have been also been building on our success stories over the years in trying to see how best we can create more opportunities for the youth as much as we could. Certainly, we may be restrained logistically and financially, but with the very little resources that we have, we are trying to see how best we can harmonize that with the existing opportunities that are within this environment so that we can excel together. Every young person that is out there, every SME that is out there that have the passion, the vision of working together with us, our doors are open. You can always reach out to our office here at 76 Carava Avenue. We have a business development department that is responsible for managing all public affairs informations. We also have other respective departments that are also here to support the development process of our objectives. And that's why we are very much glad to have the CEO here in our midst. She and her team has been doing quite an incredible, very good job, but also our regional representatives who are also adding value continuously towards this process. On that note, I want to finally thank everyone that have made it up to this meeting, and I want to officially launch the National Wanted Trade Fair for 2025. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gassama. At this point, we will open the floor for a Q&A session with the media.
Going to take place on the 19th of May to 6th of June. And the requirements is just any person that wants to do a business or wants to sell their goods during the Tobaski period, because we are leaving it open. Yes, but there are limited stalls, so the earlier you come, the better it is going to be. Of course, there is.
Why I asked, is there any requirement? So if someone wants to participate, is
Yes,
is he or she going to pay?
yes,
Something, or
you're going to pay $5,500 into our Supersonics account, and you bring in the receipt. So we put you in the sector that you are in. Yes. So ranging from food, fashion, cosmetics, anything.
Good morning. My name is Yankee today from the Point newspaper. Um, I want to know if it is only limited to the Greater Banjul, or are you also factoring the province and the rest?
For now, it is just going to take place within the Greater Banjul area, but we are still working on having it elsewhere. Yes, it's just that to get a space is very difficult. But last year we engaged with the Birkama Area Council, and they were proposing a place in Birkama. Yeah, so we might have it there next year, inshallah.
Yes, let me chip in on that part also. Yes, for the trade fairs, traditionally we do have it in the Lebanese area because of that's the. I mean, the Gambia spacing for trade fairs is still a very big problem. We face a very big challenge having access to grounds to have our trade fairs. So currently, that's the reason why we were able to only have trade fairs in the urban areas. However, for the participation part of it, enterprises all over the country are permitted to apply, but it's a national. That's why it's called National Wanterr Trade Fair. It's a national activity. However, we do also have regional trade fairs, which we intend to do at the regional levels. This is an initiative that we already started, and we are planning to do the round two this year, so that also those that cannot participate in the national, we can get to their regions and create the platforms for them wherever they may be, because it is Gambia is beyond Greater Banjul, and we want to make sure that every region have the opportunity to participate. And that's the very reason why we also have what we call regional coordination committees in each of the regions. So they will help facilitate the enterprises also that are within those localities, so that they can also benefit. Yeah.
I understand that this is the second edition. So how do you assess last year's, and what are your expectations of this year's edition?
Yes, thank you. Yes, last year was good. Obviously, in every good start, you must have hurdles and bottlenecks. That was the reason why last year we did it at a much more lower scale, because it was the first time. So the target for last year was only 100 stalls. Unfortunately, we were able to secure almost all the stalls, and our gates also were free. There was no cost attached for the gate tickets. It was more of a, I could say technically, it was more of a free activity. Yes, because the vendors were charged to pay $4,200, which we know on standard trade fairs that may not even be enough to manage logistical costs. So the chamber even have to chip in and factor some parts of the expenses. So for this year, we are growing the number based on the lessons learned from last year, because based on from our feedbacks that we have received from most of these participants and entrepreneurs, they did convey to us that it will be important that we scale up the event and that we continue to have it in the respective years because they see it as a very good platform. And when we also reach out to the police, they were very happy. And all the stakeholders, the market union, all the parties that were involved shared similar expressions that it is good to maintain the activity. And that is why the chamber have now added it up in its annual calendar. And we have taken it up as a responsibility as part of our social mandate also to support enterprises. And that is why our stall fees are for the 1 tier specifically is tailor made to the cost, to the exact cost of the activity. For example, if you know the exact cost of the activity is 100, and there are 100 people, we divide it among them and then they pay. Like that is which is different from the main trade fair, which we do part of it also for fundraising. So for this year, the stall target is 200, which is half the number of the target that we have in our main trade fairs, and that is why we are saying the stalls are limited. So, and also looking at the cost attached, 5,500, there is higher tendency that we may not be able to cater for everybody. But we have our limitations, and we want to work in that line so that also we provide a very good experience for those also that are participating in the activity.
So just a follow-up. This year, are you guys going to make tickets? Like get tickets?
Yes, this year we are going to make gate tickets,
And how much?
though at a much cheaper rate at $25, because we'll be using the stadium and we are also using other facilities that attracts a lot of costs, electricity, logistics, the tents.
Artists.
Uh, you will be surprised to know that most of the tents, we don't even have tents on our own right now, and we cannot rent it also in the Gambia. So we have to go elsewhere to import the tents to have the activity, and there is a lot of cost attached to these expenses. You also need to have a power generator. You know the energy system in the Gambia is not very reliable. You have to also factor security, looking at vendors are coming together in one place with their material, so we need to ensure that there is a very good security for and all these activities require cost. So part of the reason why we charge for the gate ticket $25. Yes. Any other?
Just for transparency purpose,
Mhm.
after the event, my monies generated, how do you guys, utilize those monies? Does it go back to the chamber or, you use it to
Mhm.
support entrepreneurs?
Yes. Um, Specifically for the National Wanted Trade Fair, there is no profit generated. The funds are exclusively plowed back into the activity. So that is why before we even disclose the prices, the first thing that we do is what we call cost evaluation. We check what will be the general cost of activity, and we split that as per the number of stalls, and that is how we raise our and other considerations like financial risk considerations to raise the cost of tickets. So sometimes we may even overspend more than what we have because it is a social support activity where the chamber does not anticipate profit. Because we know $5,500 for a trade fair. Our normal trade fair fees, normally stalls can go up to $15,000 per stall. So for the reason that we are asking only one third of that cost, believe that explains itself that we are not doing it for profit. However, um, if it's for internal financial systems, of course, as an institution, we have internal financial systems. We are membership-based organization, and also we have AGMs also that we do every year. And through these AGMs, the board of directors do report to the General Assembly on all activities and finances of the chamber, which of course are subjected to audit and financial statements. Yes.
So, is there any team set up for this year's trade fair?
Yes, there is a team.
Innovation.
It's innovation. Yeah, youth in trade innovating for a brighter future. Youth in trade innovating for a brighter future. Why innovation? Because the chamber has been taking up a new shift in innovation over the years. For those of you who could recall, last year we have what we call the Skills Rise Forum, which was been focusing on innovation for those within the informal sector and in the skills sector. Because we know the entrepreneurship sector is very dynamic, and there are a lot of economic shocks also as a developing country in terms of climate change, in terms of other economic indicators, inflation, and etc. The supply chain disruption of global supply chain systems, and for in that kind of environment, for SMEs to thrive, it will be very much important for SMEs to be encouraged to adopt innovative business practices, because it's through this process that they could increase on their economic resilience, on their financial resilience, and also their management resilience, so that they can grow even despite these hardship conditions. Of course, we know the COVID-19, there was a lot of disruptions within the trade sector. So many enterprises were faced with stiff competition and stiff challenges. And then, but as an entrepreneur, we always have to keep on going, because that is where we differ from those within the other sector. And that's the reason why this year we created a team on innovating for a brighter future. Through innovation, you can have more sustainable businesses. And through those sustainable businesses, you can generate a brighter future by creating and growth for your business, but also more employment opportunities for those around you, and more impact also for the environment. Yes. The chamber is spearheading the activity. However, we have reached out to Market Union, and we are awaiting their feedback currently. But as you know, the activity have to proceed because it is a demand for this sector. However, we are open up for partnerships, and if there is any meaningful partner that thinks that they can add value, they are always welcome to. Certainly, partnerships also have procedures because we are an institution, but certainly we'll be very much open up to for that to forge ahead.
We look forward to welcoming vendors, businesses, and shoppers for what promises to be a great event. Thank you all for being part of this special occasion. To conclude, we will now have our closing prayers. And Assalamu alaikum.